Welcome back to Husker Talk with Tommie Frazier. And a point of emphasis since Nebraska decided to move to the Big Ten was the increased use and number of linebackers that they're going to need. We know we have a solid one in Levante David, but behind him, what are the other two guys who started? Will Compton and Sean Fisher. What do you think of those guys?
Just watching them from their career, I always feel that's going to be the biggest question right there. And how well do those guys play? And coming in, my mind is still the same way. Question marks on those two guys. It just, for some reason, I can't believe at the University of Nebraska, and you truly can't find any quality linebackers on a year-in, year-out basis to come in here and play. You have what supposedly one of the best defensive lines in the game, and the linebacker, which is probably the most important position on the field, and you can't feel it with athletes there. So something needs to tell them they need to stop worrying about defensive linemen, the rush-ins, and go find linebackers, because in the Big Ten, you don't need them.
Yeah, they've had some bad luck. In fairness to the coaching staff, they signed one of the top linebackers in the country 2 years ago, Chris Williams, but he out of Texas, injury, never got here. And the problem was in the Big 12, they probably didn't put as much emphasis on it, and they've had to change cold turkey right away. But the bad and good luck kind of evens out. So at some point, as you're saying, you need to have those athletes there.
And not only it doesn't matter what kind of defense what offense you face. Linebackers, you need to go find linebackers. You need to have more linebackers than you do secondary guys, because those guys have to play the run and the pass. So those guys get beat up. And when you go into this game and you're starting linebacker get hurt and you put in a walk on run on linebacker, something's wrong with that picture. You're supposed to have another scholarship guy back there who there is no drop off. And what you put in a walk-on guy from Elkhorn, and not saying that I like what he did with the Roth kid. He played very well. Trevor Roach. He played very well. But still, you'll think that being at Nebraska, you can find another guy like a Levante David to fill in over there, or Whalen, or what is Whalen?
Yeah, Alonzo
Whalen, or even Eric Martin. Move him back there. Those are the type of guys that you need. But once the Big Ten hits, you're going to see that linebacker core get punished until they find depth.
Yeah, Eric Martin's really a frustrating case, because when they moved him, Nebraska was thin at linebacker, and they were moving him to a position where they have a lot of depth. He didn't redshirt. Maybe you just, consider redshirting him so he can learn the position.
Right. But he needs to be on the field. He can help you. So he's not going to help your defense end, because now you got guys who are bigger and strong and move. So if you're not going to use that defense end, then move back to linebacker. I'm just
put a tournicket on it and move Eric Martin back.
And I'm not the coach there, so I don't see him in practice. But just when I watch him run down kickoffs, I'm just telling him, how come this guy's not on the field on more plays on defense? So something's got to be wrong. But I just think you can teach him something simple and tell him, go get it.
Yeah.
Go get that pigskin. That's what it is. Go get it.
And he was coming along fine his first year and a half, then in the middle of last year, but then they totally changed everything. So the ship may have sailed on Eric Martin, and as you mentioned, the second string is basically walk-ons. Trevor Roach, Matthew May, but Alonzo Whaley is behind Sean Fisher at the buck linebacker. We got to get used to these phrases now that the peso
to me, it's still Sam, Mike, and Will. It's just everyone wants to put their different thing. It's still strong side, weak side, and Mike Backer. So, but I just think that's the one who's confusing me. Whaley, how come he's not on the field? What is he not doing to get on the field? Because he has the ability to do it. So is he not learning the system enough? What is it? He needs to be on the field.
They at least need to let him swing and miss as Fisher's
doing it. Will Compton, so what? Can he
Compton, I would say Compton's average. I would say Fisher's below average.
You don't need average.
Well, that's all I have. I agree.
Okay, so throw him out there and let him see if he can be above average. It can't get any worse. Can't get any worse.
I agree. Give him a shot. But until this year, last year they had, Gomes and
because it got worse. Because it got worse. Yeah. So you say I'm gonna put my athletes on the field.
Yeah.
So but we can talk about the secondary when we come back though.
Yeah, and replacing Gomes and Haig is a big issue right now, and we'll get into that next on Husker Talk with Tommie Frazier.